Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers, and this is episode number 21. We've done this for 21 days. It's my 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in under 3 minutes. For those of you that have never tuned into my lives, I try every day at 3 o'clock to give you some sort of business tips that maybe help your business out. I myself am a web designer, business owner. I interact with about 300 different clients pretty much all the time. So what I do is I take the best of their advice and I regurgitate it back to you. This week we've been talking a lot about startups. I've been dealing with lots of solopreneurs, entrepreneur wannabes. And although I work on their website, I'm always intrigued by things that don't make sense to them or anything I can do to help or give advice to. And so even if you're not an entrepreneur, don't tune me out because some of this information may be of interest to you and your business. Today, we're going to talk about acquisition cost, product cost, which then leads to margin. Now, what this means in a nutshell is think about this. My web design company, let's say, has doubled in gross dollar amounts from, let's say, October 2020 versus October 2019, right? So you'd say, oh, Fred, that's a good thing. Well, gross profit does not necessarily dictate whether it's a good thing, because the first thing you have to ask yourself is, number one, what was my acquisition cost? If you're not familiar with that term, it's what does it cost for you to get a new client? Did you run Google Ads? Do you have a sales force? Do you have a storefront? Maybe you have items in the window. Maybe you've done signage, right? Or you've run other types of advertising. What is your advertising cost broken down to get one single new customer? Number two is whatever your product and service is, it probably has a hard cost, right? In the web design field, it's all about primarily my hard cost is on staff, paying people to design websites. Yes, there might be a few components. Yes, there might be hosting, but it's really a staff-oriented job. You might be selling a widget and you have a hard cost of whatever that widget is in order to build, which then if you take the acquisition cost plus the cost of the product and services minus what you sell it for, you get to number 3, which is your margin. So just because your gross sales are going up, you have to take in your acquisition costs and your product costs to determine if you're making more money. Hopefully, what you want to do as a business owner, as a salesperson, is you want to increase margin. And sometimes it's deceptive. You can save money here and there, reduce costs in order to increase margin. Because margin at the end of the day, business owner, is what you take home. So that's my tip for you today. Acquisition cost, product cost, and margin. Hopefully you're being successful. So that's my tip. Tune in every day at 3 o'clock. I want you to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.